Hello again, friends. Welcome back to twitch.tv/trooperberry, and welcome back to Mars Horizon, where China rules the space? I don't know. But yeah, good to see you all again. We are back on our alt history playthrough, where we are controlling the Chinese Space Agency, and we have been the first to put a satellite, or put a rocket up, put a satellite up. We put a doggo up. And then finally, we put a human into space. Hey, Ruak, good to see you. How you doing? How's your Saturday going? Thank you for the gigantified astro otter. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Okay, uh, quick recap. Right, yeah, so we finished the first era, the dawn of spaceflight. Then we put the artificial satellite up. We did lunar orbit. The filthy Europeans did beat us to that one, but that's mostly because I forgot. If you want missions to the moon, you got to go look over at the moon. Oh well. We got animal in space, the satellite imaging, which was great because that got us a big chunk of change. And then we got the first human in space, our man Martin Tau. So now we're here in the era of human space exploration. Okay. Ooh, look at that. So if we research every tech in this era, we should get a 20% less payload build time. That's pretty spicy. But yeah, so we've researched the Mars flyby, and we want to do that because we have the game's giving us an optional challenge where if we complete Mars flyby before NASA, that's the U.S., we get a cool 1.5 million uh, quatlus. I don't know what it might be yen. It might not be. I don't know. You start like clockwork at 4 p.m. your time, so notification this stream there's a pad left on it. But okay, well, I'm I'm glad I could be that consistent of a presence. I know it's it's that that deadline mindset. We're supposed to start at a certain time. We're supposed to end at a certain time. I think that's one of those. It's one of those entry level streamer things where you're supposed to keep a regular schedule so folks know when to expect you. Surprise streams are nice, but they don't always have the desired effect. So yeah, this is the era we're in. We could do some Venus stuff. Honestly, I'm not that into Venus. But we do want to do at least keep unlocking stuff so we can get down. We gotta do these as well: the multi-crew orbit, the orbital EVA, so we can get down here. First off, for the commercial satellite, which is big bucks, and the crewed moon landing. We're gonna put a special emphasis on this one. We were the first in flight, first to put a human in space. It only makes sense we should be the first to put human feet on the moon. But we got a lot of research and a lot of money to spend before we can do that. Speaking of, one thing I want to do, I've been kind of poo-pooing some of the buildings, but I think at the very least, we should get the mission control so we can have another slot. Even if we don't use it, it'd be nice to have. Also, it's going to cost 500 grand though. Ugh. And we should also get this diplomacy office so we can start doing joint missions with other agencies. And even if we don't propose them, they can propose them to us. And while we don't have to be buddy buddy with everyone, but we don't have to be antagonistic. And we're also going to have to do a bunch of these. Because, yes, if we're going to start going to the moon, potentially Mars eventually, we are going to need bigger, longer lasting rockets. Now I love that our where is that? Yeah. No, that's the no. There we go. So our Long March 2 is actually pretty. It's an absolute beast. It's got 8,000 kilograms of capacity versus a 6,400 and 6,600. So we can be using this for a good long while. I love that. And it's also fairly. Well, it's more expensive than those, but I think like we're going to get more use out of it because that amount of thrust means we can use it with some of these later upper stages. So what are we researching? We're going to research the multi-crew orbit, and then we'll do the payload, and then we'll see about. We might look into the. Well, here's what we'll do. No. So we got there. So these are our milestone missions. So you see, we got Earth, and what I forgot. So if you want to look at the moon, if you want moon missions, wild, right? And this is the one we really want. But if you look here, you'll see that so the game is very nice, and it shows you the the tech you need to actually perform this mission. So you see, these are all down here, but if you notice, we also got the indicator for our Long March rocket right here. So we were able to unlock that early, so we can ride that bad boy for a while. So if you get that, and then we can get the well, we're gonna have to research a few of these, but we can get to the Long March 2F. We're gonna be in business. And now, because we're in the second aerospace flight, we also have access to Mars. And we are doing Mars flyby. Currently, yeah, so we, China, and Japan, we have completed the research, but we're not planning it. But we will get there. And we do have what we need to make that happen, tech-wise. But you can see if you scroll down, all the way down, this is our ultimate mission, where we're supposed like the final goal is to be the first to put people on Mars. Hence the name of the game, Mars Horizon. So what are we doing right now? Right now we have so we got this lunar radiation. It's a request. It is ambitious. So it's like the third tier of difficulty. We're going to be sending this prototype, and it's going to launch in April, so 3 months. And we're planning. We're building this rocket, and then we're building the payload for this Earth Ocean. So, so we have main missions like those there. Those are the ones we're going to be judged by. But you'll notice like they give support and they give science. They don't give money. So if we want money, we need to keep increasing. We want money and we want science. We need to keep doing missions. But to do missions, we need money to build rockets. What is your deal? Go away. All right. Anyway, so our satellite's going to complete in 2 months. We're going to have 3 months from our lunar radiation launch. The Xing Kong is going to be complete in 5 months, and then the funding review is in 12 months. And so it's like for every year we get the funding review. So if we fill up that bar, then the next year we get more money per month basically. Our main source of income is, not surprisingly, the government. We're getting 200 grand a month right now, but we got 50 grand in building upkeep and 25 grand in astronaut upkeep, which is wild because we only have 2. So we're gonna have to be very observant and make sure we don't outspend our budget. Ah, so we got another one of these events. We got a similar one for putting the first human in space. The world's media is abuzz with the possibility of landing a human on the moon, and the question of who will manage it first. Many have backed your agency following your success in launching the first human into space, yet more skeptical voices have warned that landing humans on the moon is an entirely different challenge. Your agency has been approached for comment. Well, we said we were going to do. We said we were going to be the first into space with a human, and we were. We're going to be the first to put a human on the moon. Your agency has declared that it will be the first to land humans on the moon. This mission represents a monumental advance for all humanity, a spokesperson stated, and we intend to be the ones making that leap. Boom, 300 support. Now, if for whatever reason we fall short of that, we're going to take a hit. But we can deal with that later. We got Solar Observatory. Well, we can't do that just yet. That is a good chunk of science, though. And like missions are our main source of science. Right now, our only income is from our science buildings, and this is why we made a big fuss about getting extra mission slots so we can run more missions and thus bring in more science to do more missions so we can bring in more support, which gets us more money, which means we can build more rockets and do more missions. It's all part of the circle of life, you see. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so extra launch reliability, lovely. Um, extra build cost, I hate that though. I hate that with a passion. I don't. Yeah, the game just randomly assigns you these. I say randomly. Sometimes it doesn't feel so random. Now we can, if we want, because we progressed into this era of spaceflight, we can use one of our contractors here. Chungsat will give us extra launch reliability, but it'll take extra time. And the Star Sail Group will give us extra support, but at the cost of science. Neither of those are all that helpful. Usually you go with a contractor to get things done cheaper, but apparently that's not an option. Okay, so we need an upper stage that is at least 1,500 kilograms. We want to do all the lifting that needs doing. So we can go with the Delta, which has worked for us in the past, or we go for the Long March and level that up some. Because the more you use a booster or an upper stage, you can level it up and then increase the launch reliability, which makes sense. You know, you're iterating on it. Okay, so what's the difference there is 11%. So what if we go with the Long March? And then what do we got? Okay. Well, yes, this you can see this is really this is God this and we've quote unquote rolled this 25% extra vehicle build cost multiple times, and it has absolutely ham boned us. It's like money is our biggest issue. Now we could, if you want, we could scrap that payload and just come back to it, but then that would take an extra couple months. Although honestly, this is a request. It's nothing big. yeah, so we got the solar wind monitoring is okay. So we're going to finish building the vehicle in 3 months. Why? Oh, is this okay? Yeah, this is an experimental payload. That's why the payload reliability is so garbage. Yes, that took 3 months to build. So if we've already spent what did that cost? 210. Is it a 25% extra cost to give any government project? That's the thing, Ruak. This is 25% on top of that. So what we could do, we could scrap the payload, start again, and then have one that does not eat up all of our money. So let's just look at this. Let's take a bargain basement approach. Let's say we take the yeah, go as cheap as possible. We'll go delta and let's see 3, 2, 2. Okay, so the maximum cheapest build is so basically take 25% off of that. So 550 551, take 55. Yeah, we could in that's an extra we're increasing the cost of this by like more than 110,000. And when we only have this much, we're only getting like 125 grand per month. But we had to spend the 210 again. Plus, okay, yeah, I think if you throw in the if we got a yeah, if we're locked into paying another 210, we I think budget wise it doesn't make sense because like we'd be spending another 210 to save 100 and whatever. All right, I hate this. We're gonna go with it. But in reality, I am just we're gonna find the engineers who somehow increase the build cost for the vehicle by a quarter, and we're gonna fire those fuckers. Well, hang on. I mean, we could go like super duper cheapo. Use the star. Not valid. Why is it not valid? Or oh, do we need boosters? Okay, well, never mind. Anyway, so that's 545. Yeah. So the long march is gonna be yeah, it's double the cost, but this is maximum cheapo. Yeah, I think we'll go the budget option here. Just because it's a request, so it's not a mainline request, mainline mission. Anyway, so we're gonna have like 100 grand left over. Yeah. So again, we're not all of our other our other mission slots are taken up anyway, so we're not going to be missing out on much. And the 95% launch reliability is nice. Okay. Hey, the Soviets got their human in space. Good for them. Yeah, the Soviets have been lagging behind a lot, but you know it's we're kind of not we're kind of like on our own a bit. You know, we said nice things about the Europeans when they beat us to the lunar orbit, so we got a little bit of relationship there. And Japan got a little annoyed with us when we didn't share our satellite. Extra science, extra build cost. Ooh. They have a contract that gives minus 30% build cost for extra build time. So they have build time for launch reliability. Ugh. Cheaper for extra 50% build cost. Yeah. I don't know. This maybe we need to be nice with Japan because I think the way it works. So if you get your relationship with someone all the way to allied, that's right there. As that you actually get access to their contractors and extra science or cheaper for a little extra build time. I'm actually in favor of that, like bigly. So we should, excuse me. So when the multi-crew orbit and then the payload research is done, let's actually pivot to the buildings and let's get the mission control um and that diplomatic office. Can we get there one with the other? Let's see. Okay, no, we get the mission control, but we need to research the PR office. Oh, for support. We can research it and then ignore it. Maybe we can build the diplomacy. It's like a 750 grand. It takes 3,000. Oh boy. Yes, it can take three. That's gonna take 3,000 science. 2,000, 2,500. Yeah, and we're right now our base income is 110. So you see the importance of having missions going on the regular. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, we're launching a satellite equipped with a Geiger-Müller tube to orbit the moon to measure lunar radiation. And for once, it is not raining in our desert launch facility. You can see it looks like a desert because, yeah, it is in a desert. Yeah, the launch site we're using is it's like on the border between Inner Mongolia and adequate. How is adequate if we're losing? Fine. It's on the border between Gansu province and Inner Mongolia, a very arid part of northwest China. And yet somehow during yesterday's stream, we had at least as many launch days with rain as not. Okay, that looks like a clean launch. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah, it did explode, and we did have one sounding rocket explode on launch, which was unfortunate. So you can see there. So the higher the launch reliability, the more blue and green you have access to. If it gets in the orange, the launch succeeds, but there is an error, which it can have negative effects, like you lose a certain you lose some power, or like the worst is that we had one that just cost us 25% science reward, period. And then no matter how you can crank the launch reliability up to 99%, but the game insists there always be a 1% chance of catastrophic failure where everything goes boom. Okay, so our first step is we gotta take this. We're gonna perform translunar injection. We just gotta send this puppy from here over to there. Okay, so yeah, this is the mini game. So it's not just all launches and watching things go. So we need to generate. Yeah, like we got data, we got navigation, and we got comms. So those are the minimums we need to succeed in this part of this task. But if we hit those marks there, we get a 25% bonus reward in support and science. This is why you have the option to auto resolve using the AI. I never do it. I always manually do it so we can chase these. So we have we have 4 turns, and in each turn we have 2 commands. So let's so yeah, we have each of these tasks we can generate. So we have the input, we got the output, and then we also have the you can see there we have a similar little bar. So if we get in the 87% range, that'll just happen whatever. If you get that little 10% at the right end, we'll actually have a positive event. And there's a 13% chance of the action failing, and then we lose part of the output, or it gets more expensive, or you can use power to resist. But you have a limited amount of those. You can recharge, but it'll take a command. So I don't love using power, especially one that takes 2 power, but sometimes you just gotta. Okay, we'll start with that. And then next turn, we'll spend one of our nav and comms to get 3 data, because we need more data than comms. And then we might get, then we'll get, we'll deal with that as we go. First thing we need to do is see whether these come off the way they're supposed to. That's fine. Okay, and fine. So now, like I said, we're going to spend 1 nav and 1 comms to get a bunch of data. And let's see. Yeah, I think we have all. Yeah, we have all the comms we're going to need, because the only way we can spend them is here, and that's how we get more data. So what we want to do is bring in more. Yeah, more nav, the little purple thing. And I'd rather not spend power to do it, but I'm not sure we have a good option there. Okay, so we got 2 turns to go. So if we do this trajectory optimization again, that will get us the all the data we need. Now, we need to be careful because we can't spend power to get data. So we don't want to spend that too freely. So next turn will be the last turn, and we're going to need two. Yeah, we're going to need two nav if we want to get the max reward. So what we can do, or actually here, we can spend that again. That'll give us 10. And then next turn, what we can do double that, spend 4 data, and then we'll get the 4 nav we need. We'll have a bunch of columns too, but we don't need that. That's just there for show, and we'll have 2 power. So if we somehow lose both rolls, we can power our way through both. There we go. And then we do 1, 2, and then we'll end up with 6 and 4 on the number. Easy and easy. Boom. So now we have to achieve lunar orbit. We go whoosh. The timeline is slightly compressed for video game purposes. Okay, so now we need 3 columns and 5 data. Minimum. If you want the bonus, we need 5 and 9. Ooh. So if we want to get a bunch of data quickly, we can use power, or we can grab a bunch of... We can spend 2 nav. How do we get a bunch of nav? Spend data. So maybe we do that. And then if we get 2 nav, we can use that to buy, basically, 3 data next turn. Excellent. Okay, so now I'm going to take our 2 nav. Oh, is that? Yeah. So that's either that, or we could buy. We could get more. I'll get our com, but the comms are, the comms are going to be easier to come by. We need fewer of them. We need 9 data in not a lot of turns. So I would like to do that. I guess we could do that as well if we want to power that along. That'll give us 6. And then we could yeah. And we could do again, we could spend 1 of those data to get 2 comms. Spend 2 comms to get, excuse me, actually we could spend 1 of those, or no. Yeah, spend a data to get 2 nav. And we can spend that nav to start bringing in comms. Because we don't want to need 5 comms on the last turn. Because that would even if we do the supercharged thing where we use a bunch of power, we're still going to be a little short. So let's, yeah, this is fine. We'll reassess where we are power-wise and whatnot when we get there. Okay. 2 turns to go. I'll tell you what, we could do that. And then that. Yeah, if we do that, we'll have 4 of the 5. Yeah, 4 of the 5 comms we need. And 6 of the 9 data. So how do we get 1 and 3? Okay, well, we could. If we don't use any power this time around, we could do this one. Spend a comms, get 3 data, be set there. And then use 2 power and get that one. And we'd have a power to resist. Okay, see this is there we go. Be a 6% roll. Okay, that's an issue. We need 1 red and 3 blue. We have the minimum objectives met, so there is that. Okay, we could do the telemetry transfer. Actually, no, we can't. Because then we would need 4 data, and there's no option that'll do that for us. We're going to have to use a power, it looks like. And I really don't want to use power and power because we're not going to have any power left behind to resist other nastiness. And we do have a 13% chance of failing, and as we've seen, just the 13% chance happens more often than you'd like. And we could spend power in a calm, but then we would need... Yeah. Well, you know what? Just go for it. Initial nav, great. Well, we don't need that, but we got away with it. All right, so that is even when things go well. I mean, we're trying to milk every bit of support and science out of that. So you see that. So this will kick up it'll get an extra 500 science a month for 3 months. So that right there is why we go so hard on those. So yeah. So with that, we'll we'll wrap up the multi-crew orbit research here pretty quick. Like, actually, let me check. What is everyone else doing? Okay, the Americans are researching Mars flyby, and we need to beat them to that if we want that big chunk of change, and we do. The Soviets have just put someone in space. They're going to launch satellite imaging. ESA's researching an astronaut training facility. They're a little behind, but that's fine. And Japan's researching contractors. So I think at least in terms of like things researched, it sounds like we're decently ahead. Oh yeah, that was support. The support was enough to get us to the next tier. Okay. In terms of missions, we have a mission slot open now. Yeah, so the Earth Oceans thing wraps up in, that's gonna build in 2. That's gonna build in 6. So the Mars flyby, that is also ambitious. So we could plan it, but it's gonna take 9 months. So it's gonna take up a mission slot for a while. That's gonna cost 420 grand. Okay, we don't have that money. Yeah, let's keep that slot open for now. Yeah, Venus is what it is. Got no lunar requests. That's fine. We did just get, what is it? Solar Observatory. That is actually a good chunk of science and support. Right, so it's 25% support reward for success, extra 50% penalty for mission failure. But it's a request. So if we were to do that, hang on, so it's that build's going to launch or that build's going to complete in 2 months. Yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah. So we're gonna finish that research. We're gonna research the payload. Then we move to the buildings. So why is my mouse fighting me tonight? I have no idea. It's a good thing I'm not playing a game that requires any sort of reflexes. Okay, that'll cost 210 grand to make, which just so happens to be almost all the money we have. Hooray. But we're building the rocket. We're building the rocket. So the other 2 missions, the money has been spent. So we can get extra power, comms, data. No, let's just go with the basics here. It's starting with 85% payload reliability, which is fantastic. Hey, that'll be done in 3 months. Okay, our slow and monitoring with no effects. Honestly, fine. So now, oh right, yeah, this is the one with the experimental payload. It's a 25% penalty to that reliability. So that if you remember the bar we had up there with the like the 13% chance of something bad happening, this is going to have a 45% chance of a negative event. Obviously, we need to do something about this. So we can do some payload training. and we can try to, to fix that a little bit. So with the payload, the launch, or the research training, the more time you take, obviously, the bigger the bonus. So you get 3% per month. Wait until the first optimal window. We can get an extra 9%. It'll take it up to like, what, 64? Wait until November, and we can get the max bonus. It'll be 15%. So it'll be 70% reliable. Honestly, that's nowhere near reliable enough, but it's as reliable as it's going to get. And then we'll have a month in case we have intemperate weather upon launch day. All right, so NASA got a human in orbit, or human in space. Well, good for them. Okay, multi-crew orbit. Okay, that's going to take, that requires 2 crew. What does the moon landing take? Takes 3 crew. Okay, so we have 2 astronauts on our payroll right now, and they are expensive. So we're not going to hire a third one until we need them. Okay. Oh, vehicle part experience level reliability bonuses are doubled. Hey. That's actually a helpful little quirk. Right, so I think it's like the amount of XP they gets increased, so that'll be nice. So we want to pick something that is, you know, it's within reach of leveling up, but maybe not. Once you get the Delta, it's 221. The long mark, it's a little bit more expensive, but it is very useful. Actually, remind me, what do our boosters cost? No, we can't do it. We need the upper stage. We need, so it needs to be 1500 capacity. That's obviously way too expensive. 221. That's 2K. That's 18. And the Delta's level 2. So that we could crank that up to level 4 pretty easily. But I just, okay, if we were to use the Long March to get those extra levels, 384, 216, 312. Ugh. Honestly, even if we like went with the super budget option with the Cyclone, 576, 480. Yeah, if we go with the Cyclone, and what was the cheaper one? The Delta? Yeah, we don't have enough money. So we got to wait a month. That's fine. We're doing that a lot. New request, was it? Ionosphere? Nah. See, that's 500. Nowhere near that. Okay, but now should I level the Long March and the Cyclone, let's say. Okay, that'll pretty much be all of our money, but 80% launch reliability, pretty solid. I don't like the 16% chance of a negative event. We'll see what we have in terms of training windows, but this we can afford. I really want to level up the. Well, I really want to level up both. I really want to do like the where is that? Well, yeah, that long march as well, but that's going to be way more than we. It would also be way overkill for this mission. Remind me, what do we got? Oh yeah, extra. Well, extra launch reliability for an extra month. I'm not opposed to that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'll go with Chungsat and the Cyclone and the Long March, and spend almost all of our money. Power cut averted thanks to your backup power generator. A major power outage did not lead to any disruptions. Right? Yeah. So there was an incident. I think during yesterday's stream where we didn't have a backup power generator, and so there was a power cut during assembly, and we had to pay $100,000 to avoid losing 10% launch reliability. So a local newspaper has praised your agency's foresight. Thanks. Okay. And you can see we've already spent all of the science from our previous mission. Here's our Earth-Ocean survey. Okay, so less launch reliability depending if we launch in a suboptimal window. I would prefer to avoid doing that anyway. Uh, 85% launch reliability. Ooh, that's a lot of science, though. Can we get away with cranking up even more science? Well, we could go next month. That's extra launch reliability. My concern is the payload reliability. So we get what, 3% per month? That would take it up to 88%, or do we just go? Yeah, let's just go. So we got 2 launches next month, which is great because we have our funding review coming up soon after. Let's see, anything? Nope, nothing from the other agencies. They're doing Mars orbit. Okay. ESA's doing Mars flyby, and Japan's still doing contractors. Okay. Okay, Earth Oceans is the ambitious one. So that can involve some new aspects in terms of like things we need to juggle. Well, that's right. We didn't get the struts previously. I guess we're moving up in the world. Hey, lovely conditions. So you see there, the game insists on having the that XCOM 1%, just for a little bit of drama. Okay. Seems to be holding together. Yes. Okay. Lovely. A 99% chance of a good thing. We still rolled a 19%. Okay, so we need. Oh, so we need comms, data, and nav. Get fancy. We have 3 turns. We have 3 commands per turn. What do we got? We got 85% there. All right. So actually, I think in terms like total number of commands, we actually have one more. Then we have like 4 turns, but 2 commands per turn. Hey, Oliver, good to see you. How's your weekend going? How is Boom behaving? Oh, yeah. We also only have 4 power, so we can't go too wild on that. Okay, so we need 4, 8, and 6 if we want the bonus. And given the amount of science on offer, we would really prefer that. So if we want the most bang for our buck, we spend a power, and we spend 2 of those data to get some comms and nav. And then we spend more nav to get more data. Yeah, comms will be we need the fewest amount of comms. So look, we go hard on data and nav, and then backfill. But we have some things we can get us multiple nav at a time. He's doing okay. Read updates on his training. Good, good. Just gonna have the energy. Sure. And like, um, it's been a week, but we're hanging in there as best we can. Uh, it I think I said during yesterday's stream, it's been an update your CV just in case kind of week. So I'm but yeah, just trying to stay positive, and we'll roll with things. But yeah, otherwise not bad. But no, it's just some stuff at work, which is it has echoes of other announcements I've heard at other workplaces that have preceded. Well, they've preceded layoffs. So here's hoping history doesn't repeat itself or rhyme all that much. But we'll deal with it if and when that happens. Ooh, okay. We just squeaked over that one. Oh, thank you, Oliver. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's something I'm used to being in the business that I'm in. Okay, so I think what I would like to do, we don't want to spend power, if at all possible. The thing we have the most to spend is data, which is not great because we need that. We can spend it to get those, and then spend the nav to get those, and then spend our comms to get those. So going into the last turn, we'll have all the data we need. Oh, we're gonna need 4 nav. Oh. We're gonna need 4 nav and 1 comms. And so both Paul feels like hey, good for Boom. Glad that persistence is paying off. And hey, inflated beef, good to see you. Now give either paw or both together. Hey, it's a paw virtuoso, I dare say. Okay, so let's game this out. If we do this, how do we get 4 nav and no, we're gonna need 3 com. Okay, yeah, okay, reset. Okay, I don't love spending puer, but we might not have a choice. Okay, so that gets us the 4. Yeah, that gets us the 4 comms we need. I'd like to get close on one other one. So we're not scrambling on multiple outputs on our final turn. Well, okay. How about this? We go hard on comms. I guess 8. So we're going to need 5 nav and 4 data. Then next turn the next turn we do 2 external sensor alignments. That'll give us 5 nav and 3, 6, 10 data. And then that'll leave us with 2 comms. And then I spend 2 data to get yeah, 3, 6 leaves us 2 plus 2 gives us 4 comms. And okay, so we do, if this all works out, next turn we do 2 external sensor alignment and 1 ground control connection. And we'll have 2 power to resist, assuming nothing goes wrong here. And we do have a 15% chance of a negative event. So, ah! No, we have to. We have to. Okay, so this is the setup. That'll leave us with 4, 8, and 7. And we have 1 power, so we can afford one negative event. Or, if we get a negative event that costs us 1 nav, we can tank that. Or we can just roll in extra data. That's fine too. All right, there we go. Bonus secured. Yeah, that's like I think a grand total of like 3,000 science, and we're gonna need every bit of it. Because that's like at the rate we're going, that's like a single tech. see, what is that? Oh, we got control systems check. Ooh, big support, big science, big hit to launch reliability. Well, okay, here's the thing. We need to. Okay, can I get you all to go? What is the deal? What is what? 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 Why are you giving me a blue thing? Go away. I don't care. There you go. Mark all entries as read. Thank you for including that button game. Yeah. Hey, Nougat. Good to see you. How are you? Are you feeling any better? Any still in bed with the Rona? I hope things have improved since last we saw you. No. Yeah, we gotta remember we gotta gotta keep our eyes on the prize here. Mars flyby. We need that. We can get one over on NASA. Problem is building that is gonna cost all of our money. But we do, yeah, we have the. It's gonna cost over yeah, over a mil. Not really? Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, okay, that's gonna take 3 months to build. Do your crocodile? Yes, we did. We not only got a crocodile into space, we got a dog into space as well, and then we also had further missions to get. Was it like squirrel monkeys and a chimpanzee into space? We did not take those missions though. I think we decided to move swiftly along to human spaceflight. Okay, we're gonna have to spend this eventually. But we have is it these? That's 312, 350. Yeah, so even if you get like go for the budget option with the Cyclone, we have that's gonna cost 1.2. That's one. That's yeah. That's gonna be several months worth of savings. But I mean, we want to do this. I mean, this is in our long-term plans. Fine, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Let's see, extra power, nav. No, just the base model, please. Yeah, because if we beat NASA to the Mars flyby, we get 1,500. So we'll make our money back. Will we? We'll just make our money back for rushing this thing. But then we can also reset and get a new challenge. Imagine a croc flying these things through space. Yeah. Well, I was assuming that we had to heavily sedate the crocodile to get it in the to get in the capsule in the first place. But I eventually I assume like eventually the not before the by the time it was found, I assume the sedative would have worn off. Okay, and this is what we got. Oh, this is our solar wind monitoring. Okay, yeah. This was just. Oh yeah, this was the one with the experimental payload. So extra science, but The payload is going to be an issue. Oh, and it's raining, of course. We put our launch facility in the middle of a damn desert. But oh gosh darn it if it doesn't rain more often than not. Some desert this is. Okay, I say it's only a 6% hit to our launch reliability. It's basically a 59%, actually, yeah, 71% chance, 79 rather. It's like 21% chance of something bad happening, 79 of something not bad happening. Uh, Screw it, go. I'm going to put in a word with whoever decided to build a launch facility in like the rainiest desert in creation. But I want that launch slot open. Oh wow. So despite that, or maybe because of that, maybe we got zapped by lightning on the way out, we're gonna have +1 power for the duration of the mission. Huzzah! Oh nice, we got double level up on the Cyclone as well. The Long March is on max level, but that's fine. Okay, so we got four turns, 2 command turn. Yeah, so that extra power is going to be huge because we with a 30% chance of failing each of these rolls, we might need to be resisting a lot. But if you want 50% bonus, all we need, quote unquote, all we need is 1 nav or 1 comms and 5 data. We're going to spend 2 power this turn. I don't love that, but we have to start with something. And we just barely scrape over the line. Hey, there we go. Actually, what do we need? We need 1 comm and 1 data. We don't actually need to, yeah, we don't actually need to do try all that much. Because we do one of these and one of these, and then it's only two commands, and we have 3 power to resist, and then we will have the entirety of the bonus we need. Ba-boom. Okay. So that actually turned out not so bad. So we do have, enough science coming in where we'll finish the Shuguang next month, and then we can, I think we'll pivot to buildings. I think. Let me check. We'll either pivot to buildings or maybe some more of the. Well, we need more of these to get down here anyway. I would. Ooh. Oh, that Long March 2F is kind of speaking to me. those. And actually, these are, yeah, compared to the buildings and the missions, these are all actually kind of affordable science-wise. What we do? So we could do do the Centaur. That's only 5. And we could do the Soyuz. Maybe the Delta. Maybe. I don't know about the supplementary ones. Maybe we can backfill those. But we do, yeah, the Centaur, the Delta, and the Soyuz, and then that'll get us access to these, which they're more expensive, but they're not. Actually, that's the bottom of this era of tech. Interesting. I like it. Okay, yeah, because what I was looking at here, we could build the mission control expansion to get another mission slot, but if we're constantly up against it budget-wise, if we don't have the budget to build payloads and rockets, maybe that's less of a concern. We'll get it eventually, of course, but we don't have to rush it. The other thing I was thinking of, maybe the diplomacy office. We can get some joint missions going, so we can so we can stop paying for everything ourselves. I mean, we're kind of doing a go it solo playthrough. Control systems check. No, we have to wait a month, because even if we do, we don't have the money to build the payload. But we're gonna keep an eye on that control systems check, because we can mitigate that launch reliability, and that is a good chunk of support and science coming in. Okay, there we go. So we are up to that's up to there. So of these, yeah, I think if we're gonna keep our eyes on the prize, we'll do Mars orbit, because we got to do one of those, and obviously we'll do orbital EVA because we need to, and then the Ying Huo 2. Ooh, that starts with 90% payload reliability. I like it, because we need to get through all of those to get to our. We want both of those, the ComSat, and obviously the crewed moon landing, because big money and big support. But we're working on the Mars flyby, and we still have yet to do the orbit. So mission wise, we're okay for now. So let's pivot and knock out some of these techs. Now, do we have enough? What do we got? Oh yeah, we unlock multi-crew orbit. Yeah, we're the only one who's researched it. So yeah, we're a ways out. Do we have the parts? Oh yeah. We're gonna be good there. And just out of curiosity, oh yeah, no. We're waiting for the ComSat. Same group. Okay, that's fine. And then for the crewed moon landing, what do we need? So we can still use our Long March 2, which is fantastic. We're going to get a lot of longevity out of that. But then, yeah, so we got to get down to this level here if we want to do the moon landing. So, yeah, so getting these unlocked is in our long-term interest. A simple crewed Earth orbit mission to further develop. Okay, so this is going to involve crew. So that means we're gonna need a couple months of money, or we can do the budget build. Actually, no, we can't even afford the budget build. Never mind. Okay, check back with us next month. There we go. Up to 250K a month, and we get up to 8,000 support. We can start getting 300K. Okay, so now ESA has entered Era 2. I think it's NASA, ESA, and us who are in this era. Now let's just work our way across. We'll get the Delta K, we'll get the Soyuz, and then we'll reassess. Well, okay, we could start on that. My concern is the where is that one? Yeah, we're building the rocket for the solar observatory. Yeah, the payload for Mars flyby, but it's Mars flyby, so there's no rush there. And we need to keep the science coming in. So go ahead and we'll plan this. Yeah, I don't like the 15% drop in payload reliability, especially when there's crew involved. And the extra is going to cost 420K, which we don't have. Okay. Okay, so images from your observation satellite have proved invaluable in early detection of a hurricane, ensuring the affected region was evacuated in plenty of time. Okay, so these are the little events. Like, so even with the requests, there's not a lot to them, but you do have these little mini events associated with them. It's like little ancillary benefits. And I'll say, like, even that sounding rocket that we shot off that exploded, we did get a little top up in science. I think it's something like the an excited engineer said, even negative results are still results, or something along those lines. Okay, all right, 50% less build time for level 0 vehicle parts. Okay, so if we want to go full prototype, we can do that. We have the Dushing. Minus launch reliability, boo. Mission training bonuses, extra, yay. Okay, let's see. Did you? Okay, yeah, we're still building that. That's fine. So our solar observatory. Okay, this is the publicized one. So we really don't want to screw this one up. So minus launch reliability is not fantastic. But 85% is not bad either. And that is a lot of science. So if we were to do that, when can we launch? Oh, we have an optimal win. Oh, so we can actually wait and get we get 10%, 20%, 30%. We can get up to 50%, but we have to wait until July, and when we get delayed, then, well, yeah, let's aim for May. Okay. All right, get our research going. Yeah, research the Soyuz. I'm sure oh, that's a booster. Okay, so that's not. Yeah, maybe we'll research that Soyuz booster as well. But those are. Wait, so the booster goes to Earth orbit and beyond. The upper stage is for Earth orbit. Okay, so the so that's scheduled. We're building that in 2 months. Mars flight. Yeah, we're not going to have the money to build that. But let me just see. Let's build time for level 0 parts. But they got to be rated to go to Mars, obviously, because it's a Mars flyby. Let's see. That's 768. That's a mill. And that's a mill. Okay, yeah, we're not building. I mean, whenever we get to it, we're gonna build it fast, but it's not. Like you said, if you go with like the maximum budget friendly option, so we could get it done in 2 months. It'll cost us 1.1 million whatevers. So yeah, that's gonna be locked in for a while. So it's good that we have the lead that we do. Yep, ES doing Mars orbit, nothing from ESA, then the Centaur from Japan. Where is Mars orbit in these? Right there. Okay, so they're well, the U.S. and the Soviets are down there. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they can if they have the tech to launch. Yeah, how big a launch pad do these need? Medium, medium. Okay, so this needs a medium. See, that needs a large. Wow. That means we'd have to research the large. No, no, no. We'll get the Soyuzes in. And actually, do we even need that? Not really, because like the Soyuz there, so it's 10K for 624. The Long March is 8K for 384. So that's like almost a similar thrust for almost half the price. We don't have to worry about that. All right, go us. Okay, yeah. So the solar observatory is happening. We're still building for the control system check, and then save our pennies for the Mars flyby. So okay, Soviet is launching Venus Impactor. Venus Impactor. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's play strategically here. What do we need to unlock for the moon landing? So the Long March will work, and that's got capacity of 8K. That's got 45. That's got 8. Okay, so yeah, we might need to do Long March and the supplementary booster if we want to use our Long March rocket for the moon landing. See, that's $1,000. That's 5. Yeah, we'll start with that. Yeah, we'll stay true to the brand. And plus, we need to research 3 of those to get to the next area anyway. But that's fine. We'll deal with that later. Yeah, that's 420. That's 45. But that takes a large launch pad, and if we don't have to use one of those, maybe we don't rush it. Okay, there's our systems control payload, and nothing. All right, fine by me. Oh yeah, so we're gonna spend more money. Hooray. So I could take 1,800. The long march would do that exactly. As with the Delta, and the Delta is cheaper. What are we? Oh, right. Experimental fuel, launch reliability. Yeah, let's do something about that. I mean, 64K. Okay, so that's if we use these. Well, no, we could use the Cyclone. We're going to be at 68% launch reliability. And if we do the launch reliability training, we're only going to get another 15%. That's barely going to tick us above 80, and that's assuming we get all 5 months. I don't love that. So is it worth another, excuse me, another 100K? Oh, thank you for the hydrate nougat. Well, this is a request. So we're basically waiting. Yeah. So it's not a big deal that we're on the clock for. So we could use the Cyclone again. That'll leave us with some money left over, which we need. Now, if we go to contract, so we could get an extra 5%, kick that up to 73% if we go with Chung's at. You drink almost 3 liters in the last 3 hours. Well, yeah, that's good though. I mean, it's not good that you feel the need to do that, but it's good that you're staying hydrated and just trying to stay ahead. It'll take 8 months, but honestly, we're we're saving our pennies for the Mars flyby, so I feel like we gotta. But we will be doing the training for launch reliability, very much so. What do you want? Solar wind monitoring, go away. Okay, yeah, and then we'll do the long march supplementary. Lambert the potential. Last night you were all wet fever. Oh, yeah. That sounds familiar. Here it is. Trying to, just says I'm trying to kick everything out. Yeah, that is rough. Is the upcoming launch? No. They're doing Venus Impactor. we're not going to get that one. It's fine. Venus is not. Venus is really not in our calculations. We want Earth, we want Moon, we want Mars. Everything else is supplementary. What do you? Oh yeah, we're saving up for the Mars flyby vehicle. Take out the habit of drinking warm water? No. Water, yes. But for if he again, for I am a person of a certain size living in a very hot, humid climate, so I drink plenty of water, but it's all cold, all out of the fridge. Tap water too. I don't know. I may be a fancy lad. I'm not that fancy. I will not pay for bottled water unless I'm living in a place where it is absolutely essential. Somewhere like Beijing or Jakarta. Hey, nice. Good conditions. Up to 91% reliability. That is acceptable. Your wife converted you. You still prefer room temperature, but when you're feeling down and want warmth, you go for warmth. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And I think part of it is I am, as someone who is built for cold weather, I do not usually have to put in much effort to feel warm. There we go. Solar Observatory up and going. Our Cyclone and our Long March have leveled up. Awesome sauce. Okay. Yeah, put this bad boy in orbit. We got, so yeah, so there's a lot. So we have 4 turns and 3 commands per. That's a first. Yeah, so we need 5, 10, and 5. So we need a good chunk of everything. Well, we're going to have to spend power to start. We only have 4 power. I don't love that, but we're kind of locked in there. That'll give us 2 and 4. You got thinking about Yumcha? Yeah. Yeah, I will say I have gone local in at least one way, in that I am a full convert to the church of two dish rice. I have 2 good places within walking distance of where I work, and I have to talk myself out of going on a regular basis. Okay, lovely. Oh, come on. 1%. Okay, we're gonna be short by 1 data. Well, I don't love that, but we don't have a lot of power. We might have to just eat that. You never heard of 2 dish rice? I'll give you. Okay, what is the? Well, it's also called like that rice, or liang song fan, I think it is. Basically, it's like a place with like a big long stretch of steam trays, and You walk in, they take a big scoop of rice and they put it in a container. You point to one thing, you point to another thing, they put them in there, you pay, and then you leave. Liams, that's like, hang on. Something like that. Yeah, it's a two-dish rice, this rice, that rice. But it's great. You like you get like you get rice and then two dishes. Although you also get again, because I am a fancy lad, I'll get a third. But you can get like the two or three mains plus rice, and they're tasty and filling, and they cost like 40 Hong Kong dollars. That's like $5 US, or like four of your British pounds. Which again, considering they are in one of the in central Hong Kong, not central the region, but like a part like the middle of that, like downtown Hong Kong, in not a not an expensive, or not it's not, the real estate not cheap there. I wonder how they stay in business, but somehow they do. Okay, yeah, we're a little behind here. You do that. Hong Kong's humble two-dish rice noodles. Yeah, basically that. But there's been a resurgence in it in recent years, because the well, people are more budget conscious, so they're you see you see like regular folks and well-heeled businessmen queuing for two-dish rice, and it makes sense. I say it's cheap, it's filling, it's tasty, it's conveniently located. What's not to like? Okay, so this is going to give us, we're going to only have one comms, we'll have 5 data and 6 nav. Next turn, we spend 2 nav to get more data. Yeah, I might spend a day and then get a whole bunch of comms, and then yeah. Okay, I think we can do this, but we gotta avoid that 15% bone zone right up front. Like that. God damn it. That's two 15% rolls. It'll cost an extra. Fine. Get absolutely ham boned here. Yeah, agree. Yeah, Gregory May. I think he did kind of endear himself to a lot of people by taking the humble approach as opposed to being a stereotypical foreign diplomat. Although some people did chide him for getting a container there instead of taking his own. But you're never gonna please everyone. You bet you had it laid long. Yeah, probably. Because those kind of places are all over. All right. How are we? Let's see. Can I do that? Get more of those. And that and that. Yeah, next turn is the last turn. That is going to be all the nav we need. We're going to need 4. Yeah, we're going to need 4 comms and 2 data. So how would we do that? Well, we can spend one of each of those. We can spend, excuse me, spend a data and a nav to get all of our comms. That'll leave us needing 3 data and 1 nav. Well, we could do that and that, but we would be up against it in terms of power. Go to a 3,000 quote unquote 3,000-year-old building in China. Homeless people living in there. The way I ate this fried pancake with chili and filling, I don't remember what it was me. Wow. So, are you skeptical maybe that the building was 3,000 years old? I can understand that. It's how would you how would you verify that? You don't have the real estate records from what would that even be? Like the Zhou dynasty or whatever? Okay, good. Pretty darn old. Yeah, and then at some point, oldness just kind of runs together, right? Okay, so we need. Well, that'll be the simplest way to get our 4 comms. Need 3 data and 1 nav. You were more profuse about touching statues for sale outside the Xi'an Wars. Understandable, yes. There's probably a lot of stuff that you need to be careful of around those parts. But still, it's cool that you were able to see that. I think you went to see the terracotta warriors. Yeah, I assume. There's probably more to see there in Xi'an than just that, but that probably brings in most of the people, I would think. A tour only for the Chinese. Oh, visit emperor's tombs and the Garden of China's Shame, which you wasn't supposed to go inside. Really? Did you? So how'd you get in then if you weren't supposed to go in? Just were you with the right people? Okay, okay, okay. Got the comms. Well, we could do this. Yeah. So we do the sensor alignment, and then we get all that back and more with the no can, because that leaves us 1 data short. You said they weren't happy, but okay, well they could have stopped you if they wanted to, but clearly they didn't. Okay. Well, yeah, there's no way to get. If we do that, we're only going to have 2 nav. There's no way to get 3. Oh, you got that? Yeah, that's getting us those. We could spend power to get that. And so then how do we... And we could, where is... And we could do the ping location, but we're going to have 3 rolls, and we're only going to be able to resist 1. Organized by your wife's friend, she didn't realize, oh, with your Irish descent in times that England weren't so friendly to you either. Okay, well, that's... Yeah, that probably did help. Be, pretty, the Irish pretty firmly anti-colonialist, so that's a decent pitch. We need, yeah, can't spend that, can't spend that. Heck, all right. It's a garden of shame because the ancient work card that was looted during invasions. Ah, okay. They'll never allow it to happen again. So yeah, the optics of a white Lao Y being there. Yeah, that I can see why they weren't supposed to let you in. But still, it's good that you got in there either way. Because that is, you know, probably a site that not many people are going to be able to see unless they're in the right in the they're in the right group. All right, you know what? Just no, hang on. Dang it, I lost my place. Oh right, yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll do that. We'll have 7, 10, and no. Dang it. I need. Wait, how? Yeah, that'll get us 5. Yeah. So, yeah, 5, 10, 5. We'll be there on the number, and we'll have 1 power to resist if we need to. They used egg white and sticky rice to build the important buildings, including a water tank that's still standing. Wow. Must have been some robust eggs and rice then. Only for thousands of years. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're good. So yeah, and then we close on that. What's a little overkill? There we go. That's a nice chunk of science. Okay, so research done. Okay, so we can. So yeah, while at the last use egg white and sticky rice. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, never mind all this Roman cement nonsense. Just do that. Okay, what are we? Well, we're not so concerned about this. We have what we need. Feel like we are starting to fall behind a touch here. Yes, look at Mars orbit. Who's looking at Mars orbit? No one. Other people are researching it, but no one is there yet. Yeah. Eyes on the prize. Eyes on the prize. The prize, of course, being these two, especially this one. 3,000 though. Let's see, that's 2,800, 23. Okay, ooh, Venus orbit is 3,100 over 14, but that's 2,800 over 19. National, yeah, that's a whole lot of chickens to corral. So they're doing Mercury orbit, the Soviets. Yeah, we only have to do one. Let's see, 600, 700, 900. Okay. Yeah, let's stick with our Mars workers. It's more science, but yeah, the reward is more substantial. And plus, it's in keeping with our theme of focusing on Mars. Okay, yeah, we're still waiting for the money to make the. Yeah, we're gonna need more than 1 million to make the Mars flyby vehicle. I think. But we do have other options now. Let's see, the 7, yeah. We don't have that many more options. Like we go the Centaur, and then we go the. Yeah, like the cheapest we could get is just under a mil. Ugh. Just money, man. Turns out exploring space is expensive. Who knew? We got multi-crew. Can we even do that? Maybe? It would be another milestone. How long would that take? Or actually, not how long. How much money would that take? Yeah, we have access to the parts. 500 grand. Awesome. Why? Someone just pay us money. That's all I'm asking. See, experimental fuel, extra science, but launch reliability. I think we just do solar wind monitoring. We have astronaut recovery test, extra support, and actually pretty decent science too. Test there are re-entry and astronaut recovery systems by launching a crewed payload into Earth orbit. Okay, well that'll only take almost all of our money. No. We go cheap, but if it's gonna be crewed, we need to not skimp because we only have 2 astronauts. I'd like to keep them both in one living piece. Like these have 23 months. You have fun with that, Japan. Okay, cheaper booster, more expensive upper stage. Well, heck. Because like the upper stage, well, the upper stages are a little cheaper, I suppose. Yeah, probably better that than the other way around. Need 1800. Well, see, we got those. Let's see, that's 1800, 18. Yeah, and now these down here, these are all overkill. I mean, there's no kill like overkill, but still. Yeah, no, I don't like that reliability. We can work on it though. What if we take the long march, level that up? Ooh, okay, we're almost there. Yeah, if we take the cyclone, we can actually do it right now. And do so with 87% launch reliability, which is not terrible. In 5 months, 5 months, 6 months. All right, yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, we got. Let's see, you got. Oh yeah, so extra support for lack of science? No. Little extra launch reliability, I would be okay with. It's like 92%. That would be the point where I would feel okay going either payload reliability or science. For an extra month, sure. And once again, we broke. Moonbike. Ah! It's a money mission. Ugh. Okay, where are we on these? That's done in 4 months. That's done in 6 months. God dang it. How much is that worth? 850 grand? That's that's a lot. Yeah, we just I really wish I would have checked that, but obviously it didn't. Well, tell you, we could. How much did that cost? 420. I would not be. We're gonna have to pay that 420 again to build that. You'll see partial refunds. Screw it. Okay, be written at any time you'll receive a refund of 210k. Awesome. We need this. We need it now. There, now we can afford that. Yeah, there are no signs that NASA is Yeah, the Mars flyby. Yeah, we've researched it. Japan's researched it. No one else has. We don't need to rush that. What is this? A camera manufacturer has offered to work with your technician to adapt his cameras for space photography and train your astronauts how to use them. They claim that photographs from crew missions could prove hugely popular with the public. Oh, so we're gonna pay $100,000. Fine. Okay, Mars orbit research is done. 35. Honestly, at this point, I am kind of tempted by the extra, the mission control expansion, so we can do. I mean, but the thing is, I would love to do more. We just don't have the money to run more than 3 at a time. Okay, here we go. Contractors effects decreased decreased by negative, probably decreased by 50% is what they were going there. Okay, small payload, so we can go small on this. 86. We can try leveling up the Jupiter, or we can stick with the tried and true Long March. Tried and true and affordable. Yeah, love it. So it is one we can swing, and yeah, well, that's what will come out fairly ahead in terms of our costs. We're talking about food. You can find anything about yum cha in your freezer. Oh no, for steamed rice with pork floss. Ooh. See, and so craving almost crushed. Well, as long as it has been tempered, that's the important thing. So, yeah. Oh, interesting. So that doesn't do anything. Oh, right, because there's no support or science. This is just strictly for money. And honestly, I'm okay with that. So and that goes from 4 months to 4 months. So we're basically going by the contract. We're getting 2% free launch reliability for nothing. Okay, I'm all for it. Yeah, honestly, I think this might be the first time we've seen a mission that is just purely for money. And at this rate, I think we need to keep an eye out for those, no matter where they are. Oh yeah, solar wind monitoring. Bleh. Okay, yeah, so we're building a rocket, building a rocket, building a rocket. A story in the Fringe Press citing an anonymous source has accused one of your astronauts, Lu Hui, of being a spy for a foreign power. Far-fetched, but it may cost the agency a loss of support if the story grows. We the guy hasn't even been to space once, and he's already, or maybe he's acting up in spite because we haven't used him yet. No, I'm not going to fire a fucking astronaut because we're going to have to pay through the nose to get another one, and I don't want to. Okay, extra mission training bonus good. Sub out to launch windows. We're not going to do that anyway. Ugh. 80, 76. I don't like either of those. Well, speaking of Lu Hui, if extra 5% launch reliability, all for it. Oh, we have more we can hire, but they can see they're going to call it, yeah, 70, 160, 80, 120, 80. We don't have that kind of cash, folks. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, so on launch there's going to be a 20%, 20% chance of 5% chance of critical failure, 50% chance of less good, and 80% chance of something non-negative happening. And then simply you have 20, the 20% bar there. I could. The fact that we're sending an astronaut up makes me want, well, everything. Let's just what kind of windows are we looking at here? Okay, so if you launch, I mean, it's going to be 6%. It's going to be 86% reliability, which still isn't bad. Yeah, we are in need of support. Yeah, we're not going to take over to the next funding tier. Let's just go for it. Well, hang on. You're going to be built in 2 months, and you're going to be built in 2 months. Otherwise, we wait till June. If we're going to do that, I say we just go science then. We get a 50% bonus. Yeah, let's do that. Let's not rush it. Be a little extra request on the moon. Okay. Oh yeah, we've done that one. Eh. There we go. Oh, well, speaking to the press after being assigned to an MCAM mission, Lu Hui has praised her agency for his support after certain media outlets accused him of spying. China had my back throughout, the astronaut explained. They put me ahead of any publicity concerns and let me get on with my job. The best job in the world. Hey, so we got so that was a net gain in support. Still not enough to take us over, but yeah, we're within striking distance. So if you failed to launch Venus Impactor, oh no! I'm sorry, buds. Very unfortunate. Who's? Oh, we're researching the Yinghuo. So we're researching the payload for that. But it's also the payload for other things. Yeah, no. How? Let's see, multi-crew orbit. Oh, ESA's launching that in 8 months. Oh, heck. I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I don't like that. I don't like it when others are getting out ahead of us, but it's not a big deal. We're keeping our eyes on the prize. It's Mars flyby and it's the moon landing. Yeah, they're doing Mariner 8, Venera 9, which I assume is another vehicle. Yeah, they're not launching, they're doing satellite imaging. Way late. They're doing multi-crew orbit, and they're gonna do Venus impactor. Which again, Venus, we're just kinda eh. Hey Andrea, good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. How is the weekend going? Oh yes, I never did hear. Did you end up popping your bottle of bubbly up at the cabin once the double issue was all done and dusted? But good to see you. Yeah, we're just here doing our usual thing, powering through, exploring space as one does. You sure did. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Yeah, and definitely earned after all the hard work you put in for that. Okay, here's our astronaut recovery test, which are with our not spy. So extra launch reliability, we might have overkilled there. Less payload reliability, don't love that. And this one, yes. Oh, suboptimal launch windows become optimal launch windows. Hooray! Haven't seen that one before. Okay. Oh, right. So this is the moon micrometeorites. This is the one we're purely doing for fat stacks of cash, which frankly we need. Well, okay. Yeah, 'cause there's no science bonus on this at all, so there's no point. We just go we'll go with the payload reliability. Let's see what we can do there. All right. But yeah, otherwise things have been nice and chill here. I think our boss has been, I say our, my boss has been in the UK for I think like the last month or two. He's coming back this coming week, so I am gonna have to start going back in the office at least a few days a week. I don't love that, but it is what it is. But as I was telling Nugget, it is an excuse for me to go back to patronizing our local two-dish rice places. So there, at least I have that to look forward to. Do it just now? Yeah, do it. Do it now. It's only 3%, but we already got good percentages there. Okay, and this is the astronaut recovery test, where the payload is absolute garbage. So let's what is it? Remind me, what is it? It's 70% right now. That is unacceptable. That'll get it to 82, and that'll get it to 85, and that's the max bonus. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah. Okay, so both of our astronauts are spoken for, but we do have, yeah. The next one we're gonna have the moon micro me. Ooh, ooh. So we already have a bunch saved up. So if we get the money from the Moon Micrometeorites mission, we'll have enough to... Well, we'll have enough to either get started on the multi-crew orbit, which the Europeans are doing in 7 months, or finally do the Mars flyby, which we've been sitting on. And if we do that, we get an even bigger chunk of change. Plus, we get to get one over on the Americans, and that's always fun. Okay. Oh, look, it is once again raining in our launch facility in the middle of the hecking desert. 14%. Yeah, fuck you. God. Our our launch facility is in the middle of the damn Gobi, but somehow, by the measure of this game, it's a damn rainforest half the year. God, they get an inch of rain a month, according to Wikipedia. I checked. Okay, so it somehow managed to not rain this time for a change. Oh, adequate. Tell me how these conditions are somehow a detriment to art. Fine, whatever. God, a ridiculous game. Okay, we good? We good. All right. Okay, and those were both maxed out anyway, which is fine. It wasn't a big payload, so we didn't have to splash out for too much for the rocket. Right now, we need to take this. We need to take our little pokey looking friend there. We got to send him to the moon. We got 4 turns, 3 commands per. Oh well. So minimum we need 2 data and 3 nav. 4 and 6 will get us a bonus. Well, ooh. So if it's a bonus, yeah, that's bonus money. Okay, we definitely want these. Then we got 6 power. It's pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, so we need more nav than data. What do we have? So 96% reliability. Yeah, that's pretty reliable. Spend that and get those. Okay, so we'll be at, yeah, we'll be at 3 data and no nav, but we can get, we can get nav in chunks. I just rather not use power to do it. See, 4% chance. That'll reduce by, okay, that's fine. See, no matter This is the game telling you, oh, no matter how reliable you make your systems, sometimes shit just happens. Anyway. Okay, so we got 4, but we need a mess more nav. I really don't want to be using 2 power per. That is not well. Yeah. We only have 4 power, so and we do, as we've seen, we can still fail 4% rolls. That'll get us 2 and 3. We do one of those. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll be fine. We got 2 more turns after this one. Okay, and we have a bunch of comms we really don't necessarily need. Okay, if we do that, we'll be exactly at 4 and 6, so we can end a turn early. And we have 2 power floating, so as long as we don't botch all 3, we'll be fine. There we go. Yeah, we're good. We are totes good. There we go. So part 1 done. Now we got to get in orbit around the moon. Now it is for moon micrometeorites, so I don't know how we're going to get those back home, but clearly someone else has thought of that. Okay, still 4 turns, 3 commands per. We need 8. We need 8 comms and 6 data. So let's see, we start with that and then spend those. That'll give us 4 comms and then 2 nav, which we can spend next turn to get 3 data. And just do that cycle over again. I like it. And we have 5 power. See? It's fine. %4 of the time, it fails every time. Okay, spend those to get data, and then we spend the data to get those. And then yeah, so that'll leave us pretty close to our comms, but we're going to need 5 data, which we can do. We can do easily. Or see, we need, so we could do, we do that to get 4. We do that. We got an extra data, and then we cash in that extra data to get the 2 columns we need. There we got 8, we got 6, and we have power to resist. Nice. There we go. So despite somehow failing two rolls, we only had a 4% chance to fail. We made it happen. And okay, so it's a good thing we went for the bonuses. That was end up with a cool 1.2 million whatevers. So that is going to keep us going for a while. Now, the other thing is, it did also get us exactly 0 science, and we are a little bereft of that at the moment. But that's okay. We can do that because we have 2 missions coming up in the next couple months. Yeah, the filthy Europeans are probably going to beat us to the multi-crew orbit. I don't love that, but we really have to prioritize. Yeah, because like Venus Impact is, I mean, that's a good chunk of science, but yeah, I'm looking at Mars Flyby. That's just as much science, more support, and nabs us a cool 1.5 mil. And I think now we have the money where we can actually do this. Right, so we'll start with this. Okay, how much more would it be if we gave it a little extra juice? An extra 210. I mean, tempting, but no, we got to think longer term. Just take the basic model. It's okay. And that'll take 3 months. Okay, this our control systems check.